Alrighty.
Love you.
I love you too. Have a good time, Emma. So make sure to have one. Watch my. Hey, you're right there. Okay. Alrighty, everyone, I'm here. No need to fear. Hello. I define dirty now. I'm certified. Try and get this thing. El Pollo, El Polo Loco. Oh, let me see if I can. I'm trying to bend this thing. Give me one sec here. Oh, now it's. Oh, come on. No, I don't want Bixby. Go away. Hey, Mercury. Cleanup mode. Let's see if we can get a good view there. Oh. Let's turn this AC down. So I just said goodbye to Ashley for 10 days. So I'm headed to Venice. I've got a bag. I have a can of seltzer and a bag of chips and a lot of hopes. Well, no, don't say that because she's getting on a plane. I don't want I don't want to think about R.I.P. Ashley at the game. Sorry, if I had to turn Wi-Fi off. Yeah, sorry. It was Ashley was kept on giving me. Yeah, it's not. It's the 800. It's whatever it is. Yeah, my dad had to actually change his trip because he was flying back on one. Thankfully, I mean, not thankfully, but I don't know why I'm turning on my turn signal. There's no one here. But whoa, careful. What's up, Daniel? Or Dan, if you like prefer Dan. It's like I didn't know if I had my car keys, and I realized I'm driving the car. So. Yeah, it's almost reminds me of at Christmas time. I had to go and get. I think I mentioned that story of Ninja Foodie. It's like an all-in-one cooker, like a pressure cooker, an air fryer, a steamer, broiler, whatever, and I had to wait. Oh, hey, Chris. Much just heading north. Beautiful evening, as you know. I'm sure it's nice up in Clearwater too. It was 87 today. That's definitely 30 Celsius there. Yeah, I tried to buy it online, and at 12:01 they were all sold out. I didn't click fast enough, I guess. So I'm going to go this way. Yeah, next week or this next 3 to 10 days are going to be a little bit cool, but I think in a good way. Yeah, it's been hot. I know, it's been a long time, I know. I need to watch these vlogs. How do I not see them? I guess I just been kind of I had a bunch of orders I had to do today, and then I got home in the evening yesterday. Ashley hadn't seen me in 4 days, and Simon probably is a professional in many aspects of the work. I gave Ashley my credit card, or one of my credit cards. Hopefully, I don't get a call from the bank. It's currently 77 here, which is pretty warm for this time of year. I mean, it's not. You're running over Euclid with the lawnmower, huh? I'm trying to think of the worst thing I run over the lawnmower for. Actually, I can remember it. It's actually not a plant. I ran over this wet, nasty sweatshirt some landscaper left on the ground near my house, and they like grinded it to a halt, and it was all wrapped around. It was nasty. I'm sure I run over lots of dog poop, but the mower keeps on going. That must have been nice. Well, I mean, I'd run it over on purpose too, a poisonous snake. I wouldn't want a rattler in my yard. I haven't seen a rattlesnake in Florida. I think I might have seen one diamondback rattler. I've seen water moccasins. I have not seen a cottonmouth either. Although my friend showed me a picture of what I thought was a cottonmouth, and I've accidentally killed a orange, I forget, some ring snake. His ex-girlfriend flipped out. I want to see some Australian palm vlogs. I like listening to people talk about palms with an Australian accent. I wish I had a good Australian accent. So yeah, boy, we got this. Like I can't do a Australian accent. Yeah, you could do one on a wombat. That'd be awesome. I would definitely watch that. Got this Liverstoner right here. That's quite a looker. That's not even good. I find it hard to do almost any American accent. I can do a New Orleans accent really well, and a New York accent really well. I guess in Boston too, but I can't really do a Southern accent. Oh, nice, you did? Awesome. I mean, because I obviously am a little far away to do a vlog on an Alfredi. I think the mix of them all, like to have a vlog about almost every palm that we can, If I get someone in Thailand to start doing vlogs, that'd be awesome. Some of those towns, you know, whether it's in the near major city or not, I can't really pronounce them very well. Is it Wollongong is one of them? And Burring Bar. I have a friend that lives there. Yeah, you got to start somewhere. My first vlog was pretty poor. I thought about doing a new like intro vlog, like, "Hey, welcome to my channel." Before I was wandering around my driveway talking about what a palm is and what it's not. I remember that vlog. That was kind of when I decided to make it, you know, dedicated channel to making palm vlogs, not just having a YouTube channel. I had just moved down. I pretty much just moved down to Cape Coral from Venice, and just took out the phone and just decided to start recording. Pilbara? Is that how it's pronounced? Pilbara? It's Pilbara, mate. Like, God. I can try and do a Boston accent, like, went to go park the car and his garage was all full. It says, well, what are y'all looking at over yonder is an in-law's tongue. Now watch your fingers. Them timber rattlers hiding right in yonder. Right yonder. It's different than I've been watching the show Ozark. I don't know if you guys have seen it on Netflix. There's some serious redneck accents in there. It takes place in southern Missouri. Looks like a fun area, but a little too far of a drive for me. My car smells like it's burning oil, which is really weird. Maybe it's just the car in front of me that leaving the dust. I went to a nice restaurant. Yeah, I can't really do it because it's not natural for me. The most natural accent for me is more like New York, but even there, like, I can only do parts of it. Go down to First Street and get some coffee. I just don't have the accent. I can't do it. Okay, so not that I want to curse on the vlog, but I was watching this YouTube video of angry Australian drivers, and I couldn't stop laughing because everyone was just calling each other a fuckwit. Is that like a bad name to call someone in Australia? I mean, I think people in America would get pretty angry if we called them that too. But all they just say is like, you know, fuck with this, fuck with that. You little fuckwit, you get in the way. You stupid little fuckwit. It's just like, I'm not trying to, you know, thankfully this isn't a regular vlog. I wouldn't curse like that on a, you know, uploaded vlog because it'd probably get demonetized. Not that I care about that really, but I'd rather let children, you know, people, you know, there are some people like, you know, under the age of 18 that do watch this, although Zach's 17 and obviously mature for his age, so. Yeah, North Florida actually does get hotter. It doesn't stay as hot at night usually, but it can get above 100, say in Gainesville, but it won't. Miami has only hit, I think, 99 degrees is its record, so it's never hit 100 degrees in Miami. It might have hit it. I don't know if it's 99 or 100. I think Cape Coral's record is like 98. Yeah, it's 100 with 100% humidity too, or 99. It's pretty brutal, but I lived in Richmond, Virginia, and it's I remember it getting up to 104 and it being that bad. So, oh no, I screwed myself. That's good to know, Daniel, because I haven't. I screwed myself. Um, all the leftovers. I mean, the seed that obviously I gave some away. Everything I kind of left some out for. I mean, I guess 3 or 4 weeks, which is not that long. 118 degrees. That's got to be a state record. Most state records in the Midwest and Mid South are around 115. I haven't experienced a lot of hot, dry weather. I've only been to Arizona once. I mean, it can be hot and dry here, but I like warm, humid weather. But when it gets hot, I'd rather it be dry. Because when it gets above 90 and it's humid, or above like 32 Celsius, then it gets pretty uncomfortable. So. Yeah, that's more of like my New York accent. The thing is, I kind of pronounce everything. Yeah, 25 degrees and humid is great. In fact, it says it's only 71 here, but that's kind of odd. Definitely doesn't feel like 71. So 25 Celsius is about 80 Fahrenheit. And that's I like it between like 78 and 82 as a high and 65 to 68 as a low. It's like Hawaii weather. It's like perfect. And it's also good for growing most palms. But in the summer, when it gets 93 to 95, it's just, you don't want to be outside working for more than like 15, 20 minutes. It just eats away at you. It drains you of your, you get dehydrated from sweating like a pig. And I don't even sweat that much, but I know when I'm sweating like a pig, I know it's too hot to be out. 67 Celsius. I see what you did there. When I was in Arizona, I never felt like I was going to sweat, even when it was 90 out. Ashley's a little bit worried about flying. She's got to get up at 3:30 in the morning, and then they're going to the airport. I think their flight's at 5:30 or 6. There you go. All right, Daniel, I'll have to subscribe to your channel. I haven't really been watching any of the people that I subscribe to on YouTube, though, because I've been watching like shows and movies, so... Oh, yeah? Okay, you live close to Edmonton? That's pretty far up there in Alberta. I mean, that's one of the largest one of the largest like cities with over 1 million people in the metro area. At that northerly of a latitude. But yeah, Paul, have a good evening if you're heading out. I think it's like, 57 degrees north or something like that, 56. I know like Edinburgh and Glasgow if Simon's watching, he's going to get mad because I butchered those names. I do have an extreme heat tolerance. I mean, I can handle I can handle it. It's not. It's like I don't want to like work like a beast. And it's like I know I forgot something. It sucks because. Hey Brian, I haven't seen you in a few streams. Oh, I can't imagine what it's like there, man. I know it gets up to 115 Fahrenheit, which is like 45 Celsius pretty regularly. And if you can do that, I mean, that'll send a lot of people to. I'll tell you guys a story regarding heat and humidity. My dad's girlfriend is a marathon runner, and I go visit him in Vermont, every few years. And I would always get up when the sun came up, but the sun comes up really early in the summer in Vermont, like 5:30, and at least that's early for me because I'm used to it coming up at like 6 here, 6:15. So I always thought I was getting up at 6:30 or something like that. And she was actually going out for a run. She came back around 7:30, and it was probably like 67, 68 degrees out. This is in the middle of August, at like 8 o'clock in the morning. And she's like, and it was humid. It's like kind of cloudy, and she was sweating, and she's like, oh man, it's just so humid and warm out. She's like, do you guys, is this normal weather for you guys in Florida? And I didn't even know what to say to her because, it just add about 25 degrees to the same amount of humidity. All right, buddy. You're not going the speed limit. I guess we didn't pass. So I'll tell you guys what I did. Was it yesterday? 2 days ago. 2 days ago, I renewed a certain license I have that I only have to renew once every 7 years. Here we go. Oh, bye-bye. Here we go. Come on, all 300 horsepower. I need you right now. In Florida, it's renewed every 7 years. You guys, I'll see if you guys can guess what it is. Yeah, no, that one's good for life, Daniel. Yeah, Zach, of course, knows right away. There's no open carry in Florida unless you're going fishing. And then it's just something that I just don't do because you just ask if you're just asking for trouble. It scares people. But it's my concealed carry license. You actually don't need a license to operate a boat unless it's a commercial boat, which I actually used to have. But yeah, I keep it in Florida for, I very rarely make use of that. I actually find the license to be of more use as a second form of identification. So a lot of times when I go to the bank and I deposit or I cash a check from a bank that they'll ask for 2 forms of photo ID, and those are my only 2. So, but I don't want you guys to think I'm a crazy Yankee. I bet there is very little crime there. Unfortunately, in Florida, if I have a lot of plants or a lot of money with me, especially playing poker, I'm in an area that I'm not really comfortable with, although they're very few and far between. But for example, Hard Rock Casino in Tampa is known for having robberies in the garage. So, but I don't have an arsenal or anything like that. I own one. I actually only own one gun, and it's just for carrying. I used to own more, but then I realized I had no use for them. So I don't hunt. I don't. I just it's for self defense only. I hope that doesn't scare away some of the non-Americans thinking I'm crazy. I okay, Chris. Well, it's good to know that I'm not alone here in Florida. I have considered getting a second gun, but I think there's two reasons, to have guns. It's for three: self-defense, target shooting, and sport. For hunting. Hopefully, for like subsistent. I mean, not subsistence hunting or that sort of thing. Yeah, I know. I know that back, 30 years ago, they took away most of the guns in Australia. And I'm not here to debate whether that's a good thing or not, because in Australia, it's probably not a big deal. But I used to work at a gun shop, so it's pretty natural for me to have a carry license, because I used to have to carry a gun on me at all times. Yeah, skeet and trap, I think, are a lot of fun. I used to have, a couple shotguns for that. It's a harmless sport. I mean, unless you don't, unless you're Dick Cheney. But and for those of you who don't live in the U.S., every state has its own law about restricting guns, and Florida is very lenient, but there's a lot of states that are very strict, like New York, California, Massachusetts, Illinois, Maryland, New Jersey. Yeah, and I'm never gonna tell someone if someone doesn't feel comfortable around, like, it or talking about it. I don't ask them to, I don't try and engage them if they don't want to engage. It's not something that I'm looking to do. If someone wants to talk about it, then I'm happy to, I meet a lot of people who have never even seen a gun other than in a holster on a cop. So, or in the movies. I got a 30-06. I actually had a lever action 30-06 with a top ejector. It was an early 70s model. It was awesome, but I sold it. Actually, I sold it. I'm trying to remember, but I don't want to, that's good. 30-06 is a very versatile gun. You can use it for self-defense. You can use it to hunt. You can use it to, I don't know, it's for everything. And that's why it's so popular. Well, it was more popular in the 20th century, but it's very reliable. But I've owned just about every gun you can buy legally in America. And, it's cool and all, but there's some people that, they define themselves by what they own gun-wise, and I find that very scary. So, I've seen a lot of them come into the shop and talk about stuff and what they've done, and it smells like a skunk. Yeah. But we can steer towards palms. I think I'm scaring the non-Southern Americans out of the conversation. I don't want you guys to think that, I hope you guys don't think differently of me, but I think if you live out in the country, it makes sense to have one for, self-defense, or if you're a hunter. now it's 74. It's weird. I hit a little. This road has little cold spots on it. Wow. Yeah, I find that a lot of police will. It's all over the place. You never know what to expect. If you're obviously you're hit by a cop trapping speed. They're there just to make some money. I've had some, I wouldn't say heated debate, but I've expressed my displeasure at being pulled over for the purpose of being taxed, and I've fought a couple of them. Ashley and I were first together, I was taking her to the emergency room. It wasn't an emergency, but she had a terrible ear infection. And there's a stop sign. It was in Bradenton. There's a stop sign because I was going to a poker game, and the guy said I rolled the stop sign, pulled me over right in front of the ER, and I said, "Listen, I'm going to fight this and I'm going to win it. Like, just don't bother writing me the ticket. Like, what you're doing is, in my opinion, just borderline unconstitutional. But that's just how I feel about it." And I said it in that tone. And he wrote me the ticket anyway, and I fought it, and I'm not going to pay $170 because you think I ran a stop sign. It's hard to say, Chris, but mostly dictyosperma, you should get like 75 to 80%. The seed is not like fresh picked off the tree last week, so, normally I'd say 90 to 100. That's why I kind of gave you a little bit of a deal. Normally I was getting like 65 to 75 bucks per thousand, but I gave it to you that price because I felt like I'd rather them go to good use than me just say, no, I want this amount of money for it, or they're getting thrown away. So I knew you put them to good use, so hence I gave them to, Yeah, no problem. I mean, I hate to say it, but there's like, if I have a bunch of seed that's in bulk that, after, say a month or so, it's still good, but I don't want to see it go bad, I will drop the price on stuff and, offer it to people that I know would want that sort of thing. And 90% of the time it germinates the same rate that every other, that the fresh seed does, so. It's a very resilient palm. The seed is, it has a little bit of, it's a tough seed. If you were to take some and run them over with your truck, I bet you they wouldn't even crack. Yeah, I'm doing 48 here, well, now it's 40, but. Yeah, for a small seed like that, a couple hours is fine. I soaked those last week, so, I usually soak anything that's not fresh for like an hour. If it's that size, if it's bigger than a marble, then I'll soak it for like 6 hours just to get it to permeate everything. Oh, did we catch this light? Wow, that's running. Come on. All right, everyone, hold on. We're good. I've been pulled over here I was coming back from my nursery around 12:30, and the cop's like, "Did you know that you're doing 58 and a 40? I'm like, "Oh no, I'm done." Because it drops from 50 to 40 like immediately, and it's hard to see. And I'm like, "Nah, man, I'm just really tired." And he's like, "Where are you coming back from?" I said, "I was actually at my plant nursery." He's like, "You're working with plants this time of night?" I said, "Yeah, it's just middle of summer. I like working in, when it's not so hot." And he basically was just checking to see if I was drunk. Obviously I wasn't, and I ran my license. I had no record, and so we can steer this more towards palms if you want. I don't want to. I always enjoy having these conversations. I just don't know if sometimes I feel that people that may not understand may not. I haven't found anything that says it is restrictive, so let me just double check. I'm going to ask a couple friends that normally would would do that sort of thing, and then I'll get back to you. I just want to make sure that I'm not Gonna get a call from the USDA. I have a friend. It's actually not too far away from you, Chris. That got in a lot of trouble for importing the wrong cycads, but cycads and palms are two different animals when it comes to traveling across borders. So. Daniel, are you familiar with Macrozemium McDonnellii, the very blue one from the center of from the McDonnellii range of mountains? Have you heard of it or seen it? Or it's McDonnellii. I don't know if it's. I will say this though about the. Oh, you have a lot of Alexandrite seed. I mean, I would feel bad. I'll trade them with you. I don't want you just to give them to me because I will probably most likely put some up for sale, and I don't want to be like, yeah, give me the seeds so I sell them. But yeah, Mercury, it is hard. Getting immersed in the cycad culture is kind of like it's a subculture that can be kind of odd and weird. Sometimes there's a lot of cool cycad growers in Australia. There's a couple controversial ones. I don't know, Mercury, or if you've heard of Peter Highbloom for sale and family. Okay, Chris. I mean, if you're okay with that, I mean, I just don't want to feel like I kind of give that disclaimer that obviously I don't have the room. You've seen the room I have. I don't have a room to grow 1,000. You probably even to plant 1,000 seedlings. So. But yeah, I mean, people ask for the seed. People want. It's a good seed for people who are just getting into palms to try because it germinates very easily, and it has very fast, rewarding growth, and it's crown shafted. So all those things definitely play into a plus. I think it's an underutilized palm in Florida. The only thing it requires, it doesn't have any nutrient deficiencies. It just has it requires a lot of water. Okay. Sounds good. So I have a question. This might be kind of a dumb American question, but you got a chopper over your house, huh? That happens a lot in Venice, and I'm not sure why. I don't know if they're just doing. Oh, what am I doing here? Yes, Parker, you can grow Wallachia distica. Just make sure I would actually. You know what? Some of the most beautiful Wallachia I've ever seen in Florida was actually at a dentist's office in Fort Lauderdale. It was growing at least a half day's sun, and was absolutely beautiful. It does do well. It tends to like a little bit of shade, but I thought I was gonna get. Yeah, Daniel, they're fine. They'll do just fine in shade. I forgot you have a tropical climate there where you can grow that. I thought maybe the humidity might be a little bit rough, but yeah, I grow it in shade where you are just because of the low humidity, and just keep it moist. Never let that plant dry out. Yeah, all the Wallachia do fine here. Pretty much anything in the Caryodiaceae family, which is all the fishtail palms, all the Arengas, all the Wallachia. Some of the Arengas are a little bit cold sensitive, but otherwise, Yeah, Brian, Borassus grows really well here in Florida. It's a great palm that's not used very much because it is a slow grower, but it requires a lot. It requires very deep pots to germinate, and the first like few, getting up to a 7 gallon is kind of where you need to have some special techniques to get it there. I might do a vlog on that if I can collect some fresh Borassus seed. There's only two mated pairs of Borassus in Florida. My last that I can last remember. So yeah, do you think it died because of the lack of humidity, Daniel? I would grow a lot of palms that say like partial shade in your climate and as much shade as you can because of that intense. I mean, because you're at what about 12 degrees south, maybe. So you're gonna have some pretty intense sun. Lack of any clouds because people in Hawaii will say a palm is a full sun when in Florida it does okay in full sun. It looks pretty good. But if you go and try to do that in like California, just the lack of humidity and can really kill. Yeah, once it gets above 100, a lot of palms will start to go downhill. I know bananas do for sure, but palms that do really well, like you're going to find to be mostly palmate ones. I'm trying to think of some good crown shafted palms that take a lot of heat. I think Setakentia does right in a lot of heat. But yeah, the lipsticks are used to like 90 degrees every day. Obviously, it's different than 105, 110 Fahrenheit, or I should say 45 Celsius, 40 to 45. I mean, most of the stuff that grows natural to to northern Australia, or should I say northern coast, like northeast coast, Carpentaria, Foxtail, Vechias, probably. I don't know about Vechias, but Foxtails obviously should do fine there. Uh, Phoenix is obviously going to do really well, but that's not crown shafted. With those Hyphanes, Medemia is going to do really well. Oh, it's nice driving at this time of night. The traffic is almost night and day. Yeah, Foxtails can handle quite a bit of heat, it seems. Most Butias and Sagres will do well in that high heat. Oh, the Cuban palms don't like that heat? I would imagine they would, but maybe they don't like the extreme heat. Oh, let me see here. Yeah, vigil fear. I'm trying to think if I had any palms that died recently. I had a Sagres Lorenzoriorum that died, but it was a seedling. We could hold a vigil, I guess. Chris, he's tried. The thing is, Ken will grow stuff that is relatively hassle-free because when he puts it on a landscape project, he doesn't want to have to. When he warranties it, he doesn't want to have to worry about having to plant another one. But he had Bradiokentia hapala, which is not obviously not the rarest of the Bradyokentias, and he's tried Kentiopsis magnifica and Pyriformis, but it requires more maintenance because he's in that limestone rock. They tend not to like that, or at least do well on it. That's why he sticks to mostly like Cuban stuff that tends to not care about those alkalinity issues because he's at like his soil's at like 7.7, where my soil is like sitting at 6.5. Yeah, the other problem is that he has a lot of small plants, but he can't dig them up until they get larger because if you think about it, he's basically digging out of concrete. So if he's digging there and the rock breaks, it basically snaps half the roots immediately. So, so I asked him about it, and you can't just take a shovel and dig a plant out. You have to, or unless you want to, crack the soil up and create that situation. So. I think you're going to find that a lot of New Caledonian palms are going to do well in Clearwater. There are some palms that just do really well in that area that don't do well like anywhere else. Yeah, so soil pH. I need to subscribe to you, Daniel. So soil pH. Most palms are going to like a soil pH somewhere between like 6.5 and 7. A lot of the Cuban stuff likes it just above 7, like 7 to 7.5. And then, for example, Tahina doesn't do well over here in the soil, but it loves the limestone. And that's natural to the fact that it grows in the limestone formations naturally in Madagascar. But Bismarck's grow in the same limestone formation, but they do well in acidic and oolitic rock. It's a pretty typical Jeep for Florida. Probably has never seen off-road, but it has like 37-inch tires and like $15,000 in mods. It's still a cool truck. It's just not used for its purpose. Okay, you have that red clay. That stuff's good. That. Chris, what are you saying? I know. Oh, soil-wise, you mean? Yeah. Is that what you meant? It's something you kind of have to know if you're going to plant a palm, in a certain area. Like, oh yeah. I mean, I'm not a chemist or anything, but for example, a lot of people want to grow acai palms, euterpe, but they like very acidic soil, like down closer to 6, and they don't. They're kind of cold sensitive. So what happens is they really only grow well in South Florida, but most of South Florida doesn't have acidic soil. So that's why you don't see a lot of euterpe growing, at least oleracea growing in Florida. It's actually rare to see them of any size in Florida. Edulus is a little bit different. It grows in a little more understory. This Jeep is just a beast. It's an ancient El Camino there. Jesus. It's like a 73. Yeah, moles I'm not as familiar with because that's more of a West Coast, like California thing. But I know that they can wreak havoc. It's a good question, Brian. Bactris gaseopaes, from what I've seen, is about this is a slightly more cold Euterpe oleracea, but it's less cold hardy than Euterpe edulus. Euterpe edulus is actually pretty cold hardy. I'd say it's like a 9B, solid 9B, if not even a 9A. If you're going to plant the palm and you're worried about moles, what you do is you take chicken wire and you wrap it around the root system and you plant it with the palm. You maybe it's something a little bit stronger than chicken wire, a little bit denser. Yeah, all the I can't think of any tropical palms that like alkaline soil. So anything like Areca vestiaria, any Areca pinanga species, it's going to want acidic soil or at least amendments. And you can do that with things as simple as like coffee. Sphagnum peat is going to drop the pH. If you want to raise the pH, you can buy dolomitic lime dust. It's kind of nasty because it goes all over the place, but it does the job. I bought it once and I got it all over myself, and I was kind of upset. Yeah, of course. Now there's some exceptions. Palms in the tropics that grow along the coast tend to handle more alkaline. Like Satakentia does great in Miami, even though it grows in a fairly tropical area because it grows on the coastline. It actually hugs the cliffs quite a bit there on the Ryukyu Islands. So what I do is I try and find, like Carpoxylon, on the other hand, does not grow along the coast, so it likes more of like a humus-rich soil. It's not a good transplanter. They do well, they're good plants that grow in pots to big sizes, and then put them in the ground and never transplant them because uh, they don't have the genetic DNA to kind of withstand a lot of root disturbance. Oh, they can handle the disturbance, just the fungus can set in more easily. So, guys, am I going to Wawa tonight for dinner, or what? What's up with that? I'm just wondering. Oh, and there isn't a foil. I missed. Maybe. Yeah, and that's usually good for Carpoxylon. I mean, like Ken is hesitant to install Carpoxylons these days because they just don't transplant well from the ground to out of the ground and back in again. Where it's Carpoxylon, Neovicia, Satakentia, and Clinostigma are all closely related, but some don't exhibit the same tolerances, I guess you could say. Emma, how's it going? Surprised you're still awake. You ready to go to Colorado? Hell yeah. Tell mom that I said that I love her. Yeah, when Carpoxylon will start getting fungal issues, even in a pod, is usually in like the 3 gallon stage when it's forming like it's kind of like its base, and then by 7 gallons they're usually pretty good to go. Are you talking about my dad? I wasn't sure if my dad said that. I don't know. Thanks. Okay, that's what I figured it was. Yeah. I've seen a couple of palmettos chainsawed down, and although I never like to cut down a native plant, sometimes it's just in the way of everything that you need to do. I've only chainsawed down 2 palms in my life. There are 2 queen palms in my mother's backyard. They were pretty ugly, and I wanted to plant something, a little bit more exotic there. So, hey, Robert, did you get my email? I really wanted to help you with the bottle. Yeah, I wasn't like exactly happy about him saying that. And sorry I had to end it early. I started having like I only get to see my dad usually once a year. So I didn't give you guys much notice. If you have any questions, Robert, feel free to email me. I'd like to help out. There's not a lot of palms in Kenya that are not native to Kenya. So Are you in Nairobi or near Nairobi, or you're near is it Mombasa? Okay, I'll check it out when I get home. Oh, you're Mombasa would have a great climate. Nairobi's a little bit cooler because it's at some altitude. You're in Nairobi. There are some very interesting palms you can grow in Nairobi because it's not so hot there all the time, where Mombasa is very hot. Yeah, I hope you come to the vlog more often. It's always enjoyable to have you here. I like to have as much as the world represented. It must be, let's see, 6:30 in the morning there, maybe 5:30 in the morning, 5:30 a.m. in Nairobi. Hey man, my aim on this vlog is to get as many people around the world interested in palms that I can. So, oh, you got pollen allergies? Because there's plenty of pollen on my truck. I know that. Okay, so it is 9:30 in the evening here, so that's going to be 21:30. So you're 7 hours ahead. Okay. We got 12 people in the vlog now. I'm not going to my mother's tonight because it's kind of late. I stayed late because Ashley wanted me to. Okay. It says it was retracted. Mr. Christian Worldwide is the last one. Oh no, that's Daniel. Well, good morning. I don't grow many palms from Kenya, but I grow many cycads from Kenya. I don't know if you're familiar with Encephalartos, but there's a couple very cool species of Encephalartos from Kenya. I'll send you some pictures. I can't read the message for some reason. Maybe I can even make a little detour and go to the beach. Do you guys want to go to the beach? A mole AIDS expos. With this low volume of traffic, it's actually pretty nice. You know, to hear my repressed road rage. Hey man, if you can get that published, I'll accept that. Although I have to say, there's a lot of guys out there that go into the woods and collect a lot of that seed. And really, I'm surprised they restrict that. Here in Florida, there are restrictions, but they're rarely enforced because there is no inspection. .33s are pretty popular off-road tires. They're probably the most popular. Well, 31s and 33s are the most popular, I'd say. Do you guys use like American measurements for your tires there, for off-road tires? Oh yeah, I forgot that's what you're trying to do. Robert, I would do it. I would do it if you have fresh pollen. I would do it dry. If you do not have fresh pollen, I would do it with a wet method where you would add a solution to it, and then when the female cone opens, you can take like a baster, you know, something that sucks in water, and squeeze it down into the top of the cone. It will go through the cone and come out the bottom. I wish I had a cycad I needed to pollinate to show you, but I don't right now. I see a lot of big vehicles in a lot of videos I see in Australia. You know, I mean not big vehicles, but maybe one's my size. It's a mid-sized truck. Yeah, that's that's the same problem here, Mercury. Is it Mercury or is it Mercury? I always say Mercury because I'm familiar with, I know it's a Greek god. I apologize if I'm pronouncing it wrong. I'm suddenly very tired because I haven't eaten in 10 hours. Well, I guess I'm amongst a bunch of midget cars here then. Maybe I should do. You won't be able to see much of the beach at night, so maybe that's not such a good idea. Love you too, babe. Okay, I just wanted to make sure I wasn't, mispronouncing your name because a lot of people mispronounce my last name. They think it's Fokker, or even if they don't, they just say it anyway, which I don't care. But wow. Well, you don't have to fix it unless you want to. It's not like a requirement, but. How about this, Zach? I'll give you the first three digits of her phone number, and you got to guess the other 7. Oh boy, here's this is the kind of stuff like when you're going 20 miles over the speed limit, riding with no helmet at night. It's not a matter of how good of a rider you are; it's a matter of how bad of a driver everyone else is. I think Zach knows that it's Ashley, but Zach, I hope you know that. Yeah. Oh. Alright, I'm going to do something that I normally wouldn't do, but since I have a little bit of time and not a whole lot going on tomorrow, we're going to go on a little field trip here. I can't talk during the field trip, though. Yes, you do have to wear seatbelts here. It's required it depends on the state, but I think every state in the nation now requires seatbelts for both the driver and passenger. Although my dad told me a story one time. My mom, this would be like 1984 or 83 when I was like just a couple years old, but my mom wanted to go get cigarettes, and she drove out to the gas station we had an old Volvo station wagon. I was sitting in the front seat with no seatbelt on while she's smoking a cigarette in the car. She pulls up to the gas station smoking a cigarette, and no one says anything, obviously, because it's 1983 and no one cares. But now you'd be considered, like a negligent mother, but. All right, just a little quick field trip. I am 5'10". Yeah, but you guys have those beautiful. You guys are not so crowded. I would take the regulations to have the open water there. You know, if you go to the beach here, it's impossible to get a parking space. So because I'm gonna try and say. So this palm was planted here about 10 years ago. I've actually done a vlog on it, but I'm gonna try and be as subtle as I can. Is that a parking space? Reserved. Okay, well, where's the non-reserved parking spaces? Well, Jesus. Everything's reserved. They're very all about this no parking situation. All right. I'm just gonna pull over here and pretend like it's no big deal. Yeah, just the problem is those beaches aren't nearly as warm. Nice beach in Cairns or even up. I don't know how well the beaches are up there by Port Hedland, but all right. So, do you guys want to know what the plant is before we go? Oh, what's this sketchiness going on here? I get nervous when I see people riding bikes at night. No fucking barking. All right. Oh, the box jellyfish, my favorite. Okay, you guys get the guess. Oh, the guy's carrying his. Look at this. Oh no, what did I just do? No, back, 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 back. See, this guy's carrying his bicycle up to the second floor. It's very weird. I don't understand. This is not a terrible neighborhood, but it's not the best. Okay. I have to be kind of subtle about this. I am gonna lock my doors because I have the keys in my pocket. Where are the keys to this car? Oh boy. Okay. The problem with having proximity. That is not the key to the car. You've got to be kidding me. Oh, there they are. The problem is that you can turn the car on and then leave the keys behind, and then I have no keys to turn it on again. I had to like. Actually, the other set of keys are not that far away. They're like 10, 12 miles. All right. Exactly. Everyone's riding bicycles around here. Makes me nervous because they're not doing it for the exercise. All right. Like I said, not the best neighborhood. Yeah, I'm gonna go back to the car real quick for a second. Oh. I was going to, babe. I just don't want to be too. Jesus. Do I really have to do this out here? That girl's probably high on meth. Not the best life choice. So I didn't want to say anything Mercury, but yes. Oh wow, this is like been all updated and stuff. It's kind of nice out here. Smells like chlorine. Oh, you guys already see. You guys can see that well. It's been kind of trimmed up, but it was it was planted as a foxtail, but it's obviously not as a foxy lady. I caught that driving by like 10 years ago one time, and I was like, that's not a foxtail, and it's not a Vicia either. So I don't really want to stay here very long because it's not. I do have a vlog on this one. It's from a couple years ago, but yeah, I do. Clayton, yes, I have. There you can see it is, and it's done well. It went through the really it's been through about 25 Fahrenheit or about -4 Celsius. Oops. There we go. They usually come from a foxtail. Okay. Wallet back in the pocket. Sorry, guys, if it's just part of Florida. That's probably the first time I've done that in I don't even know how long. Make sure I don't put this pointing the correct way here. I don't know what else is in there. All right. There we go. This is kind of tilted. Now we're gonna go one. Actually, I probably should have just kept the. I'm gonna go one. Oh, there's people talking over there. I'll drive by that one. It's a little bit easier. I think they can. I haven't got any off Vicias, but I think they can come from both. Usually they're from a foxtail, though. I've never gotten seed accidentally off of a Vicia. Right. You guys can see this new vlog stick. You screw it down, and then it telescopes as well. It's a lot different than just this other stick that just. Mother just messaged me. Let's make sure this is. Okay. All right, guys. So we're gonna go. I'm gonna take a look at. There's no real way to see that palm without going up close to it. You know, I mean, from the road, you can't really. I can't stop in the middle of a major road. Okay, obviously that lady was high on something. Yeah. There was this meme about Florida. It was hilarious, but I didn't want to share it because I don't know. I tried to share like stuff people might not. It's just one of those things where some people, like 5 people will find it absolutely hilarious, and 20 people will be like, "Why would you do something like that?" I don't know if you guys can see that. Let's see what's going on here. I don't know if this is a cop. No, it doesn't have state plates on it, but I used to actually play poker at this restaurant, and it was quite. See this teddy bear right there to the top right? See how tall it is? Oh, it is some kind of cop. What is going on here? Yeah, that girl's bugging out. That's not good. Okay, I don't want to like make the cop nervous by creeping by both times, but I need to get out of here. Not because I'm fearing for my life. I want to head towards Venice here. Well, let's roll on the windows in case we can hear anything. Right. Luckily, my car doesn't look like a sketchy car trying to creep by some cops. You see the teddy bear there again. I'm glad I didn't bring my vlog stick over there because they would just start, asking questions. Yeah, she's definitely high on meth. All right, so a little taste of Florida there. A little bit of Foxy Lady, a little bit of methed out lady. And we are on, oh, fuck me. Go. The cops in this town are actually been known for about 30 years for being notoriously corrupt. They used to catch coke mules from Miami, and they keep like the money and the coke. Oh, I haven't seen that, Zach. I'll have to take a look at that. There's one that's like Captain America, but instead of like all the powers, a lot of people are broken down here. There's all these people fixing their cars. It was like meth, opioids, guns, and a couple other things, and it just said Florida instead of Captain America. That was the meme. So I've had more than a few friends go down that dark opioid road. I mean, I'd say I had a few. I haven't. Customs, yeah. Dollar General. You don't see a lot of BMWs around here, bikes at least. It's usually Harleys, crotch rockets. Yeah, the biggest there's been quite a drop in opioid abuse because of medical marijuana. So the research study says. Okay. Opioids, take me home to the place where I belong. I can't sing very well, so. I'm glad you guys enjoyed it. So Venice around this time of night, so the grocery store is closed as of 5 minutes from now, which I'm not going to make it there. There's Wawa. There is a restaurant that's not like not that expensive. I can get a nice big chef salad with some red onions. That sounds good. We'll see. It's cold. See, it's only 68 degrees out over here by the river. Let's see how low it goes, because we're going to cross the river here in just a second. And then by the time I get to Venice, it'll probably be up another 5 degrees. That's why this area is a lot colder. You don't see coconuts here, but 5 miles up the road you will. Yeah, I like, see, the thing about the food that I eat is I like to sit there and savor it. So I don't really eat cheeseburgers, or I mean, I'll eat sandwiches, but if I can eat it in like 3 minutes, then I tend not to. I like to. I sit down, I watch like a poker tournament, and I'll sit there for like 45 minutes and kind of just like graze like a cow. It's kind of embarrassing actually, but I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. There's that bike. Is it a K1200? Those things are nice. No, that's not true. That's not a big. That's not a 1 liter bike. Yeah, I bet you get there's some amazing sand over there, Dan. So taking a right here takes you to the interstate, takes you north on the to Tampa. Going south here takes you to the middle of. Take a left and you go south in the middle of nowhere. Really, it's kind of like I don't even know what to call it. It's just it's technically called Rotunda, but it really isn't a town. There's no like, there's just nothing there. And there's people, but there isn't like any sort of like city center. You know what? We might go through. Speaking of city center, you guys want to hang? Chris, I can help you out with that too. That's one. That's something that I can help you out with, like as far as like on a consultation level. But I sure. If I run out of my potting soil, I take whatever I think is the best thing at Lowe's or Home Depot, and I cut it like 40% with perlite. It's red. Oh, red sand. Yeah. There's this stuff. God, what is it called? Haydite. It comes out of Louisiana. It's amazing stuff for like cycads. We're gonna go to. How would you guys feel about going to downtown Venice at night and seeing how they redid it? I'm very upset with the way they redid it because you guys will see. But and that way I can pick up a salad from the place I wanted to eat. Yeah, downtown Venice. I mean, it's cool, and they just redid it. They tore out all these Canariensis. I'm not gonna. I won't be that long, but I'll go up there. It's an extra 5-10 minutes out of the way, but what's that? So it did hit 67 right there by the river. So let's see. I'm about 4 miles from the edge of Venice here. I just realized that I have to. I promised Ashley and my mom that I would talk to them before they went to sleep. And Ashley has to get up at 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm still going to get some food though. But how about this? I'm going to be in Venice for like 10 days, so I got plenty of time to take you guys to downtown Venice, and I'll probably do a vlog on it anyway. So I didn't mean to, I don't want to keep your hopes up, but I'll set up the live stream. I'll call it Downtown Venice. That way you guys will know to kind of like you can watch that. The problem is that I'm still 15 minutes out from downtown Venice. I gotta park, get out, set up the vlog, walk around and then get back in, then order food, then get home. And by then, like, I'm not going to be able to talk to Ash. Is going to be asleep. My mom's going to probably be asleep. I like to keep in touch with my mom. I know it sounds kind of like a mama's boy thing, but I'm not even going to mess around. I'm just going to go to Wawa. Because my other options are like pancakes. I don't think if there is anything else. I mean, I think Taco Bell's open, but I don't want to die, so. And again, I don't know. Taco Bell tastes like crap once it's. It always tastes like crap. What am I kidding? Yeah, Clayton, sorry to let you down there, and anyone else that wanted to see. I am kind of tired too. You guys want to go in my pocket when I go into Wawa, or oh, the Tokyo Drift song? Yeah. Hey, Paul. Okay. Yeah, I know. I know it can get hot up there. You know, I know it can get warm. It's a very continental climate. It can change quite a bit without too much warning. All right, in the pocket we go then. Okay. Yeah, that's pretty warm for, that far north. Oh man, of course. So we're at the edge of Venice here, and it's now at 70. So 3 degrees in like 3 miles. 3 degrees Fahrenheit. It's probably closer to 72 by my sister's, which is another 3 miles up the road here, and about a mile closer to the coast. Right here is where the 41 goes from east-west for a bit to north-south. There's a curve. It's actually right where Wawa is. Let's see if I'm missing on anything else here. No to Chili's. Excuse me. I think the record low for Venice is 23, and for Cape Coral, I think it's 25 ever. So that's about -5.5 or 6 Celsius for Venice, and -4.5 for Cape Coral. Oh, you do, Clayton? Do you live in the area? Like, do you live in this general area? I mean, there's houses down there. This isn't like a town. It's just kind of some strip malls. There's a Winn-Dixie. It's not like a bad area, just there isn't really anything there. Here, I gotta message my sister here. Sister asked me if I was okay. She's just subscribed to my channel. Then she would know I was okay. Here we go. Hold on. Oh boy. Okay. Yeah, my sister's boyfriend is going to start working right at Central Sarasota Parkway, or I should say Beneva and 41. So, all right, so I have quite a bit of stuff I don't want people touching in the car, so I'm going to be locking it and turning it off. off. $21 in Clearwater. All right, Paul. I'll see you later. Nice. Thanks for coming back. All right. I don't know. I think if you beg enough, you might get a couple. All right, inside. Let's see what kind of music is playing tonight. Let's see here. Oh, there's that bottle of liquid I've been looking for. Okay. Where am I? It's in my pocket. Yeah, okay. Alright. There you go. In the pocket.
It wasn't working for me. Right, I'm bragging right. But I saw it happen. And I thought you jammed it. So it's like, oh yeah. This is much better than the it's still yeah. Okay, you're like, oh really? Sorry, coach. Why she calling us?
Said follow customer, you kindly ask them to pay first and pick up second.
Come on. I'm really giving it to him.
Oh, really? Awesome. Oh, really? Northampton.
Yeah, my mother graduated there around long time ago.
thought that maybe it was because we were trying to do like at different pumps while whatever, but I can go out to the pump, whatever's easiest. Okay. No, I'm gonna go.
We're good now?
Yeah. Well, I'm kind of good. I'm on my way to being good. But if you want to do your food order,
I was thinking about food. I'm just a sucker for breakfast food too. I don't know that we should.
Alright guys, I'm gonna do something for Instagram. I didn't know they posted what. And I realized I'm like,
Actually, go to bring out that.
those quesadillas look so good. I didn't know they posted this because I thought it was like bad.
$5.74.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3. That one's fixing. Oh, that's you know it right now. 539. Oh, terrible. That was terrible. Purple. Maybe it's all good. Okay. Wait, what do I get up?
Excuse me.
You want me to pick it up, you know?
Jesus. The entire Smith College lacrosse team is there. It's a school up in Massachusetts. And they're all ordering food. My food got there relatively fast, though. Oh. I just hope my food's right. I'm actually gonna check it out. 'Cause- Okay. Let's see. Yeah, that was quite. When I went in there, I'm like, oh no, this is not happening. No, looks good enough. I'll eat it. I got some chip. I forgot I bought food at my sister's. I had food at the house. I just forgot about it. I should have just eaten that. Whatever. I mean, it's not like I'm not gonna enjoy this. At least I should enjoy it. Okay, let me see here. Fat chick bosoms. Well, it's a lacrosse team, so. Yeah, I tried to pull out the phone so you guys could kind of see what I was dealing with there. No, I don't think they screwed up my order. Someone's getting. There was like 4 girls hanging out like right in front of they clearly don't know Wawa etiquette. Like in my way to like I had to like search through all this food just sitting in front of the counter to find my food. It's like searching for your long lost dog. Yeah, there were some pretty random things being said in that place. I've never seen a Wawa that busy, even like near Disney World. I've never seen. There was just 25 college girls trying to get food. Talking about what they were going to post on Instagram and stuff. I was like, no thanks. Yeah, Zach, you could have gone in there. Your tall figure and your southern charm would have worked out well. Where is... You're all good. They must be having like a spring break meet here, training. It happens a lot around here, actually. Smith College is known for its large population of women that like to explore themselves during college, and then it ends there. My sister went to a college right near, when she went to Mount Holyoke right nearby. She would tell me stories. Because there's Smith, Hampshire, Mount Holyoke, UMass Amherst, and then Amherst itself is actually No, yeah, it's in Amherst, and then Amherst itself. But Amherst itself is. I think you could use your imagination, Zach. It's an all-women's college. I'll just put it all-female college. I'll put it. Just leave it there. I'm just saying that that's what they're known for. I have no first-hand experience with that, but I am about a minute away from my. Oh dear. They actually had a name for it. They were called lugs. I'm not going to say what the L is for, but the U and the G stand for until graduation. It's not a bad school. It's actually a pretty good school. I mean, they're all very smart individuals, I'm sure. Yeah, I don't think you're going to find a school quite like that in Tennessee. The one college I've been to Vanderbilt, but I've been to Sewanee and Cleveland. I'm sorry, not Cleveland. Lee University in Cleveland. Now that is a conservative school. Jesus. They have like curfews in college. Really? What's the point of even going to college? Instead of staying in my friend's dorm, I just got a $25 motel, the worst motel I've ever been in my life. Yeah, FSU's really. I had a friend who had such a good time. She actually got kicked out. Person I worked at the pawn shop with, the owner's daughter. She ended up finishing up at FGCU, but not as good as FSU. But not, it's a school. Been known to educate people. So I'm here at my sister's house. So let's see. So we're just gonna blow right onto the. You guys, I don't know if you guys can see that, but the dogs are waiting for me to come in. See, they're all excited. Let's see if my sister comes out. Actually, that's probably not a good idea. But anyway, so that's that. I'll be in Venice here for 9 or 10 days. I don't remember. I'm gonna take care of my sister's dogs and the house in Cape Coral at the same time. So I'll say good night to you all. Thanks for watching. I'll look for many vlogs in the future, both live and uploaded. And keep on planting, keep on digging those holes and planting those palms. See you, Clayton. See you, Mercury, Daniel, Chris, Clayton, Zach, Paul, if you're still on. See you, Zach. I don't think Robert's on anymore. I'm scrolling back here looking for more people that were on. Anyway, if I missed your name, I'm sorry. But yeah, I'm heading out now and going to relax at the house. So until later, keep on planting.